Okay, let's go, and we are back. We are indeed back. Come on, guys. So what's going on? As you saw, we are indeed getting progressed in this game here. As you see, I'm finishing up the last bit here of setting the cap for the keys, and have a bit of an idea of how I kind of want to have the setup for the first level. Somewhat kind of like this, have like a little narrow path here. That key would actually be on this side, probably, most likely. Open this key. Probably have some spiky guys in here, kind of crisscrossing paths. Have one throughout here. And it could be like a potion here, like if you're daring enough to take hits. I don't know. You have to get the key though to actually progress here. Probably have some spiky guys. Like, we're not going to really show Crawler until probably I want to say level 2, level 3. Probably level 2, since we're going to have the sub boss in level 3, and then the actual real boss of zone 1 in level 5. Potion here just because I wanted to. Probably change the location of that. Okay, so and actually decided I want to do something new with the enemy spiky. And it's so easy to do because if you do this one sprite, then it will change the nature. It'll change the nature of both spikies going horizontally and vertically. This is relatively quick. Kind of want to make like a nice let's see, transforms. Kind of make it like rotate a bit. No, don't want to do that to all. Darn you. Darn you. Okay. Okay. Yep, it's another Monday. Not too fond of Mondays, but then again, who is, right? Not a big Monday person. But, and as you notice, it'll do this for a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of different programs, but many programs will actually blur the sprites if you rotate them. I'm not sure what exactly causes it to do that. Like, I guess it's trying to keep it with all the sprites, or not sprites, but the pixels of the sprites. And I guess it can't keep them all in alignment to the way that they would or should be, in accordance to how you think they should be. Not quite sure how all that works, but for the most part, it does its job well. So you go and show a preview. Wait a second. We can just. Well, then again, that could look pretty cool. Hold on. Because it's not actually doing a full revolution, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, when I first made this level, like in like 5 minutes, I actually went ahead and spawned without the gauge control object, which severely messed up how the gauges work. Because as you remember, we set our gauges relevant to how we spawn with this. So if we don't have that, pretty much all our gauges are broken, and nothing works the way that should. Okay, so we're running through. Wow. I don't know, they look pretty cool actually. Like, they look like phasic. Like, they look like they're spinning, but at the same time, like, kind of like phasing in and out as if they're like. I'm not really sure how to describe that. And again, we're going to have to place a mask on this, so let's go and do that right now, I guess. I might as well. Let's see. Place a mask on this, so let's go and zoom in. Wow, that's a terrible... That is a terrible mask. No, screw that. That looks like it would suffice, but we need to actually make it to where it's kind of like this. So, hopefully the mask itself will not rotate with the sprite, because if it does, that would also be a problem. So, let's do this manually then. See, I think you set it by, you set it by dragging it, sorta. Yeah, okay, so. Can we do this with like a disc almost? Like it is rotating, so the actual damage box would be circular. So that is understandable that we'd have it set to that. And we can set it, see, I'm trying to think how it all works. Yeah, it's based on coordinates, so top probably like what, like 3, 2, probably all of them would be 2, except for bottom. What this one's based on, yeah, I'm not actually sure how many sprites, or, pixels, god, take up that much space. Let's try 28. Yeah, let's go ahead and raise it back up to 15. Yeah, that looks good. And of course, I believe it sets the mask for all of them. I'm hoping it sets it for all of them. Then again, we can't really tell until we set damage to it, so guess we could probably do it right now then, in that case. So let's go ahead and do that then. Okay, with everything we basically start off with the base sprite since it's the easiest to do. So let's see, collision with enemy spiky, horizontal, let's see, variable, variable, and yeah, I guess like, well, I don't know, it's pretty, I'll set to -2, yeah, check relative, obviously, and HP, okay, see how it goes. Yeah, but we'll actually be putting some music to this eventually. Okay, so it does some damage. As we stand here, it doesn't do any damage. As we stand there, it still doesn't do damage, okay. And it does damage if we stand right there. Yeah, so we want it to be more of a casual hitbox to where it seems like you're standing in front of it and not actually in its row. So we're going to raise that up to maybe 13. Hell, let's just do 10. Huh? 10 would probably do. Then just kind of expand these, I guess. Yeah, let's see, 31. Let's just go and go all the way with that then. Yeah. So 2. Well, yeah, that's probably the most. Yeah, so 1. Okay, and then 10 should suffice. Let's check it out. And then once we find the hitbox margin that we actually want for the player, we set it to all the instances, because it sucks to set everything for each individual instance, and then you end up not really using it. That looks about right. Yeah, so if you're like right here, then it won't hurt you, which that seems about right. It's kind of running, and it's like, okay, yeah. You're obviously not going to be touching it here, but if you're like right here, reasonably, this should not hurt you, and it's not. If you get like right here, then of course it will sort of nick you. If you're right here, it won't nick you. See, right about, trying to see. Yeah, right about here, it doesn't really nick you, do anything to you. And right here, you're like right in the way. Yeah, so we take reasonable damage. We indeed take reasonable damage. And of course, we always have potion. Potion, take us away. And I'm not sure, we'll probably have different types of potion, like, again, we can make a potion, just change the color. So, really, you make the potion once, and you can just change the color of it, and call it something completely different. It sounds like a few games that I've played. One of them in particular, I'm kind of thinking of. All you gotta do is change the color of the potion into something completely different. It's all based on color. It's just how the world works, I guess. So, yeah. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So, yeah. As far as adjusting damage, like, I don't know, these are blades. I'd imagine if one of these were to hit you in real life, you would take some pretty nasty damage. Just go ahead and do -5 per friction touch, because when you do games like these, it's based on the duration time of them hitting you. For most RPG games, you don't really, yeah, see, that's more of a reasonable, you just kind of have to dodge them, yeah. For most RPG games, you just kind of set the damage, especially if it's turn-based. Health and damage can be easily controlled. And as you see, we used our potion and we did not set a 0 health cap. So whenever health is equal to, is less than 0, it's set equal to 0, thus ending the game. Because when health is equal to 0, then the game will end, or will have some sort of consequence. Which we could also set for equal and less than, but why do that when we can just set when health is less than 0, say equal to 0, thus satisfying our variable. Because it's all about pleasing these variables. If you piss them off, they will not work for you. They will not work for you. That's like having employees. Have to treat them well, or else. So yeah. So for the most part, in the upcoming part here, we'll probably go ahead and fix that variable and guess see what else we'll do for level 1 so far. There are some extra things that I still have to add in, of course, but we'll get to those. We'll get to everything eventually. Besides, isn't that that's what making a game is all about, right? As long as you have a good final product, it doesn't matter what you have to do to actually make the game. And many gaming companies have shown that. As long as the final product is good, who cares? So let's go and save this, alright? And I'll see you guys later.